Hello, everybody. Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas. I got a little story from you from my Facebook today. Amazing. And what I've told people before, a story's one thing. Evidence makes a difference. I want to show you this evidence. What the title of this was MPD Sergeant Davis, the would-be killer. After I survived being shot during a home invasion with my phone lines cut, I ordered the police reports and evidence logs. I noticed two very important items missing. First, there was no empty shotgun shell listed as evidence, and if I had been shot with my shotgun, as the police were saying, then an empty shotgun shell would have been in the chamber of my shotgun, which had been picked up by CSI Marty Barrett. Barrett checked in 4 live shells from my gun, but not an empty shell. In fact, he would have been forced to remove the empty shell before he could eject the live shells that were in it. The reason Barrett didn't check in a live shell was because I hadn't been shot with my gun. As I've stated, somebody under my home shot me with my phone lines cut and with burglar alarms going off in the attic. That's a premeditated capital attempted murder. Second was the voice recorder, which I told Detective Rosie Rodriguez about at the hospital and was found by April Chandler, was not listed as evidence. I made a big deal about this on social media, saying that the Midland Police Department stole evidence that I told them about in this capital attempted murder. I would later see an updated evidence log which showed that somebody scribbled out one piece of evidence listed as a whole, item number 4, and then hand wrote in 12G shotgun shells and the voice recorder. Below this was a barcode that showed Matt Davis, MPD Sergeant Matt Davis, had checked in as the new item number 4, 2 shotgun shells. Not 1, but 2. And I wasn't shot with either one of them. Also seen is where April Chandler checked in the voice recorder as the new item number 5. The voice recorder had recorded the burglar alarms going off before I was shot, so it was proof that I was shot during a home invasion. I had told Detective Rosie Rodriguez about this at the hospital. I also told the detective that the burglar alarms were going off in my attic over and over before being shot, and now I've documented more than 50 other homeowners reporting people in the attic, with many of these calls being directly recorded from my police scanner. The police can't deny this, but they did encrypt the police scanner channels to stop the public from being able to catch them in this organized crime. Now you know why they're encrypted. It wasn't because of security for our officers. They already had their private channels. This is more proof of tampering with evidence in a capital murder attempt by the Midland Police Department. Notice that I tagged them on that. Now you can see why they spread lies about me and have allowed thousands of crimes to be committed when I'm an innocent crime victim that was home minding my own business. Crimes that have never stopped. I'm going to show you here on the proof. This was the updated, revised, new evidence and property report from the Midland Police Department. There's the case number. Here's the date on it. Here's April Chandler. Now I want to show you here what I was showing here on the original property log. Here's item 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Number 4 was a hole. They scribbled that out. Took a pen and scribbled it out, hand wrote in 12G shot shell, 1 voice recorder. I was online making a big point about these items not being checked into evidence as proof, okay? And you can see where on the barcodes, item number 4, 2 spent 12 gauge shotgun shells, the new item number 4. Used to be a hole, now it's shotgun shells, Matt Davis. He quit the police department, went to work for an oil company. Okay, I'll show you that in a minute. The new item number 5 added after number 4 was the voice recorder, and that was April Chandler right there. Okay, so I'm going to move back on to the comments, which has a little bit more evidence on here. Okay, CSI Marty Barrett said he picked up my shotgun from my home and that he checked in 4 live gun shotgun shells from it. If I'd been shot with my gun, as falsely stated by the police, then he would have had to remove that. I've already said that, okay? That didn't happen because I was not shot with my gun. Obviously, Barrett knew this. He was a crime scene investigator, which means that we have a Midland CSI tampering with evidence in a premeditated capital murder attempt. Somebody should re-examine every piece of evidence this CSI has ever touched. I suspect that he has been involved in death penalty and life in prison cases. What if he tampered with evidence in those cases too? That's why we have to check. Okay, I'm going to show you the police reports. Here's Barrett. It says 11/29/10 at approximately I was dispatched to Mr. Webb's house. I received evidence from Officer Chandler, a pistol and a wallet. I proceeded to 3802 Fair Circle, processed the crime scene. I collected evidence, included a shotgun. And then he checked in 4 live 12-gauge shotgun shells from the gun. Okay, he did not check in an empty shell. He couldn't get the live shells out unless he had ejected the empty shell. But I hadn't been shot with my gun. That was a lie made up by the Midland Police Department. As seen here, ER Nurse Cresswell wrote in the nurse's notes, I told Detective Rosa Rodriguez about the burglar alarms going off in my attic before I was shot. April Chandler said she found the voice recorder. It was checked into evidence. That was a lie. And then she also found 222 guns. And Davis checked in the 222 guns. That's what the voice recorder looked like right there. Okay, here it is, the nurse's note saying, in closet there's a voice recorder. I was talking on a voice recorder. There were sirens going off. Burglar alarms kept going off. Detective Rosa Rodriguez is in the room. Okay, see, that's all documented by the nurse. And here's Chandler saying, I found the voice recorder. It was checked in the office along with 222 guns. And as I said, Davis checked in the guns, but the voice recorder went missing. Okay. Davis quit the police department right after that protective order hearing in December 2013. He went to work for National Oil Varco. I wondered if they had people at the underground oil show parties. That'd be interesting, right? And then here he is, City of Midland Sergeant Detective Officer. Okay, that was Davis from his LinkedIn. Okay, quits the police department. Then he writes on my YouTube channel, buddy, I stole the evidence and nobody will ever find out. Ha 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 ha. The Midland police is thieves and murderers is basically what he's saying. And we're bragging about it online because there ain't nothing you can do about it. Proof was found that's showing that 5 Midland police officers, Davis, Dickey, Chatwell, Angel, and Hale, were at or inside my home when they were not seen arriving on the security cameras. This proved that they came in from the secret trapdoor entrance the ex-wife had already told me about and from where I'd been shot from. Davis was the first one listed as being at my home, and I've wondered if he was the shooter, aka would-be killer. That's the name of it. Davis on scene at 11:03, not seen arriving on the security cameras, and that's all of them. Dickey 11:05, Chatwell 11:18, Angel 11:18, Dylan Hale 11:19. And keep in mind that Woodward and Naylor were the first ones seen arriving at 11:01, and it took 6 years and a $2,000 reward to get them identified, and then they disabled the cameras at 11:22, and so that's when anybody could come and go from my house. I want to show you this. They scribbled out a piece of evidence and hand wrote in new evidence because they got caught in a capital attempted murder. This is Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas. Y'all share this.